What's up, YouTube? Kyle from Cascadia Paranormal back with another reaction. Continuing our journey through Nuke's top 5. This time it's Ghosts Caught on Camera, 5 most haunted places. I just want to say thank you for taking your time out to watch these paranormal videos with me and kind of get my perspective as a paranormal investigator and see if any of these videos are legit or if they could be fake. I kind of like trying to debunk and seeing if I can figure out, if there's something on there that could be, that would warrant me wanting to go investigating the area or the house or, whatever it may be. Or if it looks like, it's just some people creating some entertainment. So if for any reason any of these places have investigators that have equipment, I have brought my equipment. I have my equipment here next to me, some of the stuff that I use. So, but yeah, original link will be posted in the description below. I haven't said that on the last 2 videos, but you've probably seen them there. If not, you want to go back and see the original if you haven't already seen it. Please do that, and also give Nuke's top 5 a subscribe to while you're at it if you do go check it out. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. And if there's any commercials, I have not upgraded to premium yet, so bear with me. I'll probably cut them out, but just in case one slips in.
The top 5 ghosts and haunted places caught on camera. The Old Taylor Memorial Hospital. The Taylor Memorial Hospital was built in 1937, and at the time it was the only hospital serving much of southern Georgia. The hospital treated hundreds of thousands of people, and it was the final destination for many deathly ill patients. Throughout the hospital's history, there were many reports of people hearing mysterious voices in abandoned hallways, strange unexplained shadows, and even objects moving on their own. The Old Taylor Memorial Hospital was closed in 1977 and left abandoned. At one point, a development company purchased the building with plans to turn it into a suite of offices, but construction was mysteriously halted. Rumor has it that the construction company experienced so many spooky paranormal events that workers refused to continue the project. When the television show Ghost Stalkers filmed in the haunted building, they caught what may be the first full-body apparition of a ghost caught on camera.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Replays show what seems to be a solid figure walking by the incinerator room. The check-in camera has captured something shocking.
That's pretty good.
It seems to be headed right for Chad, and I have no way to warn him.
Dude's gotta be tall. Back that up a little bit.
It seems to be...
I mean, granted, the shadow and the light almost looks like the head passed through the wall. They didn't duck, that's for sure. I'm curious how tall that is. That's definitely, like, that's mid-torso, or like the waist. Putting the shoulder there and the head there. Arms are kind of a weird out, almost like in a straitjacket. Possible posture or pose.
Be headed right for Chad, and I have no way to warn him.
Carrying something.
The strange figure was dubbed the Tall Man by online fans of the show. The Amityville Horror.
Well, there you go. I have not seen this video before, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it looked really tall.
So,
yeah, I've seen the original with Brolin, Josh Brolin's dad. I've not seen the Ryan Reynolds one, unfortunately. I do need to see it, but I've not watched that one. This is definitely very well known case with the Warrens. Again, that if you haven't seen any of the other videos, gets into the whole realm, the religious realm of demons, and I'm not in that camp of the paranormal world of believing in demons and angels and things like that. Definitely, if there are spirits and things, that it doesn't mean it's not. They don't exist. I could be wrong, but me personally, I don't lean towards, again, that line of thinking or philosophy. But definitely very well known. A very tragic story as well.
So-called Amityville Horror House in Suffolk County, New York may be the most famous haunted house in the world. It was the subject of a popular bestseller and an endless stream of Hollywood horror films. The house was the site of a horrible crime in 1974 when Ronald DeFeo murdered his entire family as they slept, claiming that he was possessed by an evil spirit that lived in the house. The next year, the house was purchased by the Lutz family, but they abandoned the home after living there only 28 days, claiming that they were being violently assaulted by ghosts or demons. They said that they had heard loud footsteps and screams in the house, and that they were punched and scratched by unseen spirits. Their young daughter, Missy Lutz, told her parents that she had made a friend in the house that they couldn't see, a shape-shifting spirit that she called Jody. She claimed that Jody often appeared to her as either a young boy around her age or as a large pig with glowing red eyes. After the Lutz family abandoned the house, a team of parapsychologists and reporters from the local TV station conducted an investigation. A camera on an automatic timer was set up on the second floor. It snapped photos every few minutes. The investigators were shocked when they saw the pictures.
That is a very, very famous picture in the paranormal area. I don't know why I keep kind of in the social spheres of the paranormal. And I've never seen the original. I've heard a lot about it. I've read a lot of articles, journals, and things of that nature that speak of it. And I really, truly do think that this is actually a legit photograph. There's so many different photographers and experts in photography that have looked at this picture and the film that the picture was captured on, that found no tampering with it. So I really do think that they legitimately caught something. And it does look very, very similar to the original boy.
One photo showed a small boy peering out of what had been young Missy Lutz's bedroom. There were no children in the house at the time of the photo. When the picture was later shown to the Lutz family, their daughter Missy simply replied, "Oh yeah, that's my friend Jody that I told you about." The Ghosts of Goldfield. The Goldfield Hotel in Nevada opened its doors to guests in 1907. At the time, it was considered one of Nevada's most elegant hotels, serving as accommodation for wealthy travelers. On a darker note, it also served as the site of many bizarre deaths, murders, and suicides. The Goldfield Hotel shut its doors in 1945. In what is considered one of the most famous paranormal clips of all time, the cast of Ghost Adventures caught on camera a brick which seemed to fly across the room all on its own.
Okay, we hear you. We hear you.
gonna stop it there. I have definitely, I know Zach Baggins and crew, not personally, but early 2000s watched them, Ghost Hunters, and Ghost Hunters International, which came out a little bit later, but watched all the time. And if you're familiar with their group, you know that later on down they actually, it's kind of funny, this is back to back, or maybe done on purpose, but Zach Baggins got to know the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine purchased quite a bit of paranormal artifacts, is what I'm going to call them, but just objects that have allegedly been tied to paranormal activity. He kind of joined in on the demon spectrum of paranormal activity, kind of as he went down. I think I don't want to call their stuff all entertainment, because I really do feel like they have potentially come across some legitimate paranormal activity, but I know later down, when they were making a lot of money from the History Channel and travel channels, that a lot of their stuff seemed very, very staged. Now, this is definitely earlier, when they're kind of more localized, back when they were, because they're originally from Nevada. I think they're still in Nevada. But this earlier stuff, I tend to give more credence to, more so than their later.
We don't think that you're a very nice spirit because you're making noises.
That, and they provoke, and I'm not a big fan of provoking. I will ask questions and things of that nature, but I definitely do not taunt or provoke, because at the end of the day, it's just putting myself and my team in jeopardy. And if it's in a house that somebody still resides in, you know, not wanting to, just for the sake of getting some type of activity to occur, provoking, it's rude. I mean, would you do that to a living person if they were still there? I mean, it depends upon, I guess, the type of person you are, but I do not like provoking. It's just very disrespectful.
You're throwing, but we have no fear of you. Okay? We have absolutely no fear of you.
You want me to go in?
Is that you? Making all that noise?
This is the room. What room? That you're talking about.
Is that you making all the noise? Holy oh my god! Holy Stop! Stop!
Possibly a little bit over dramatized on the reaction, going from a "we don't fear you" to that type of reaction on a brick being thrown across the room.
Go! 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 Is that you making all the noise? Holy! Holy! Oh my god! Holy! Stop! Stop!
I forgot about the boards.
How could we run from something that we've been trying to capture for months? There are limits beyond our own cognitive control that we cannot withstand, no matter how brave you are.
The Goldfield Hotel documentary actually led to Ghost Adventures being picked up by the Travel Channel as a regular series.
I forgot that. I really did forget that. I mean, I knew they were on, but I did not realize, or kind of forgot, that was the actual episode that got them kind of syndicated.
So far, the show has run for 15 seasons and still continues to this day. Winchester Mansion. Sarah Winchester was the millionaire heiress.
I so want to go to this place. I'd love to go to Amityville, but I'm in the West Coast, but this is down in the San Jose area, which we're in Western Washington, so this is definitely if we can get a budget for it, is definitely a very feasible place that we could go, and it's on our list of places to get to, along with the Stanley Hotel.
Of the Winchester Rifle Company. After the tragic death of her husband and daughter, a grief-stricken Sarah consulted a psychic medium who told her that all of the misery and misfortune that had followed her family was caused by the vengeful spirits of people who had died from being shot by Winchester rifles. The psychic told her that the only way to break the curse was to build a massive house for the ghosts to live in. She said that if Sarah ever stopped building the house, she would die too. So in 1884, Sarah Winchester moved to San Jose, California, purchased a 6-room house, and immediately started building onto it. She hired 22 carpenters and kept them working year-round, 24 hours a day. Workers at the house reported many strange occurrences. They would hear disembodied footsteps and voices, and the organ in the house would sometimes play by itself. Sarah Winchester would draw up new construction plans every night and present them to her construction foreman the next morning. Some of the plans made no sense, with stairs and doors that led nowhere and bizarre rooms inside of other rooms. Sarah believed that these odd designs would confuse the evil ghosts that haunted the house. For the same reason, she slept in a different bedroom every night. Construction on the Winchester Mansion continued until Sarah's death on September 4th, 1922. By then, the 7-story house consisted of 161 rooms, with 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 47 fireplaces, and 9 kitchens. The creepy Winchester Mansion is now a museum. This footage of a chandelier swaying on its own was captured by a night manager at the house.
I do think that there is potential paranormal activity at the Winchester house. I've got a friend that lives in San Jose, and the stories that I've heard, it's why it's on my list of places that I definitely want to go and investigate. It's definitely, I really do think that a lot of the phenomena that occurs here is legitimate.
At the time of the clip, a tour group was viewing the ballroom. The chandelier in that room was swinging as well. The Haunted Holmesburg.
Now, whether or not, because that's what they're famous for. Other than the Winchester rifles and things of that nature, but because of the haunted history that's behind it and the supposed paranormal activity and stuff like that, whether or not any of the staff that live there do anything, or if there's anything been added to that could fake paranormal activity, I haven't been there yet. So I don't know if there are any type of things like that going on. But it's also another thing at the back of your mind as a paranormal investigator that is kind of there. It's what draws, more business. So in order to keep that revenue going, having things happen while people are there, they can give word of mouth to bring more, we saw something, this happened or whatnot. That it's something that you definitely have to take into consideration. And like I said, I don't know if that's happening at the Winchester Museum. My gut instinct is no, but I haven't been there yet. Oh, pardon me.
Prison. Pennsylvania's Holmesburg prison was constructed in 1895, and over its 100-year history, it housed some of the most brutal and violent criminals in the world. Riots, beatings, and murder were a regular occurrence amongst the inmate population. There was also rampant prisoner abuse and torture carried out by prison guards. But it gets even worse. Beginning in 1951, Holmesburg prison inmates were used by the US government and drug companies for the testing of dangerous chemicals and radiation on human skin. With a history like that, it's not surprising that many believe that Holmesburg prison is haunted by the ghosts of former prisoners. The TV show Ghost Stalkers filmed an episode in the abandoned prison, and host Chad Lindberg was quite shaken up by repeated strange noises.
Holy crap.
Alright, so dramatized, possibly. So he's using a night vision camera. Obviously, I didn't even mention that on the other one from last time. So infrared night vision. The big shiny lights that are over here are being created. And grab it. But are being created by infrared light. It's in the IR spectrum, which is low light, and it basically takes away all colors except for shades of gray, white, and black. So it helps see in that low light range. He does have a flashlight. Hard to tell if that's an IR flashlight. I don't know if at this time our IR flashlights are very common. You can get them now. But so it looks like it's bright here, but being in areas that are very, very dark and very low light, having, hearing noises like that can be very, very spooky, for sure. So I just am not sure. I'm going to assume that's a normal regular flashlight though, and then he's got a box panel LED. Well, probably not an LED, it's probably just the IR filaments with the bigger bulbs, creating that IR and lighting. And it makes it look super bright. Like, you don't need to have very big light bulbs or lights to flood in lots of IR light. Those sensors are very, very sensitive to the IR lighting. That's a regular flashlight.
Upon review, it is clear that the cameras also picked up the sound of a cell door slamming shut.
You can cross over!
I'm officially lost my cool.
Yeah, I think that might. There's probably one other, but that looks like the IR light bulb that's generating light. There's probably another one over back on this side as well. Oh no, it was right there in the. Oh, well, that's the end. Hold on.
Lost my cool.
Could be on a cold shoe mount, also on top of the camera. Or no, it was just a lamp. It was a lamp that was attached. But yeah, again, not aware of who all is part of the group, and that's kind of one of those things of, being on a investigation team and knowing how many members there are, and hoping that people that watch our videos believe that, when we say that there's somebody there and somebody's not there, that the person's not there. So, His reaction seemed pretty legit. So, and again, there wasn't, like every, 30 seconds or every minute, something else happening. That kind of lends a little bit more credence on what's being shown. Also, the very well-known status of the prison. I do think that was probably a very legitimate footage that was filmed, and reaction and potential of some paranormal activity or something that's definitely going on there that's definitely deemed could be potential paranormal activity. But yeah, that was pretty good. So yeah, thank you once again. If there was anything that in my commentary that you kind of disagree with or have other insight in, and you drop a comment down below. Let me know if you disagree with anything, or if you agree, whatever. Kind of start a conversation. I kind of want to get to know you guys as subscribers, and kind of joining the Cascadia Paranormal family. I guess that's kind of used quite a bit. Our crew, the secondhand crew. So honorary crew. That's not a bad one. Being our roadies. But yeah, start some dialogue. Let me know what you thought, and don't forget to check out Nuke's Top 5. Subscribe when you go there. Give that channel some love too, because these are good compilations. It's definitely put in some hard work and finding this stuff. So, but that's going to do it for tonight. Again, hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to join and be part of this journey that we're taking on, reacting, seeing what other people are putting up there, and then when we actually get to go out and investigate, hopefully we can shed some light on some paranormal activity to see if it's always that kind of thing of being able to get irrefutable proof of the existence of life after death, and what's happening. Why are they trapped? What has happened that has caused their spirit to remain? Do all spirits remain? All those questions, and to see if we can get a real answer, a legitimate answer, and maybe more people in the scientific community will kind of start directing technology, coming up with technology, coming up with methods that we can, concretely and repeatedly, find and, see what can be done. Like, why do ghosts scare people? Why are they, causing nuisances, or, evil, or, or good? Like the things that, they just don't want to leave their family. They care about their families, and want to stick around, and watch over them, protect them, things of that nature. It's kind of like, why are they still here? And do they know that they're still here? Are they aware of what happened to them, and what's going on around them? Or if it's something else entirely. So yeah, that's kind of our journey. That's why we're doing this. That's why I created this group. So I would love it if you would hang out with us and join us on that journey. So, but like I said, catch you in the next video.